For as long as creators have been around, they have been selling awful stuff. Sometimes they return and go to classic literature, and this is what brings us to a bookstore.
For the boys.
Found the classic literature of a YouTuber book.
You got this. You got this.
You've got your pointless waste of time book, to your bow book, to your very warm book. There's a big selection here. Emily, get this. Hi, I'm Emily and welcome to the video.
I want you to show me how to get to know someone like you, someone like you.
Now, YouTubers are newer types of creators that have bought our books. For example, the one we're going to be looking at today isn't by a YouTuber, it's by a streamer. So the person's book we're going to be having a look at is, well, wait a minute, Ninja. Now this book here, it's by Ninja, aka Tyler Brevins, I think that's how you pronounce it, and it's called Get Good, The Ultimate Guide to Gaming. And it has a subtitle which reads, Pro Gamer Ninja Shares the Secrets to Becoming Unstoppable. And it also has a little cartoon of himself there, I'll get that on the camera there. And then the back, so you've got like the blurb and a picture of him there that says, let's get that dub. So it's a picture of him, the blurb and all that. And I've noticed in a lot of these like reading YouTubers, streamers, books, people just like go to like pages and like talk about them and stuff. But we're going to do something a little different. Hello everyone. Today we're going to be reading Get Good, Ultimate Guide to Gaming by Ninja, who is known for playing Fortnite on the streaming platform Mixer. Firstly, we have blue paper. Then after the blue paper, there's another piece of blue paper with a piece of black paper that says, Ninja, get good. Then there's a picture of him. There's too many title sequences and pictures in this book, so let's find a part of the book that actually has words. Here's a message for the reader. In the introduction, a few things before we drop in. That's a reference to his game Fortnite. This book you're holding was designed with a single idea in mind. I wish I'd known about gaming when I started to get serious about it. This isn't really meant to be that kind of book you pick up and start reading on the first page and ending to last. Thought you can do that if you want. It's more like a reference book, an encyclopedia by me for gamers like us. It's a compilation of some tips and tricks I've collected over the years, arranged in one place that you can look to when you need some guidance on the little things or the big ones. Whenever you're brand new to gaming or a glazed veteran, I think you'll learn something new. The best place for a book like this is right on your computer or console. It's meant to be used, not just read, and then put on a shelf. You can look at it whenever you have questions or feel stuck. We visit it occasionally to see if you've learned something new. Write your own tips and discoveries in margins, and a Dogseer pages you'll find especially useful. If you ever ask me to sign a copy, I want to see you really put it to use. Here's a couple content features that you need to know before you start reading. Hot fix. Boxes explain quick ways to address common errors, while boxes marked Ninja's Way are suspicions of how I personally handle the challenges that describe in more abstract terms than the main text. These also are experiences and even a little game. Finally, I've added a list of resources at the back that you can check out once you're exhausted. So every game relies on hardware, like power plants or electricity. It's the foundation that makes the gaming possible. And where our equipment is working and we don't have to think about it all. My keyboard, mic and headset should feel like a natural part of your body so that you can trust your tools. Believe me, there's nothing worse than knowing you've lost a game because your equipment failed you. Losers like that are demotivating, and more important, when you're trying to get better, these opportunities are lost. Customize your keyboard. One of the biggest advantages of the keyboard is the ability, especially with the switch mechanism. Different types of switches can adjust the volume of the click of the key press, useful in the shared space, as well as the acquisition amount of forces needed to register a key press. Some people like it harder, some like it softer, but it's not just about preference. Check out the card opposite to get some of your needs. Master good movements to great good shots. Everyone wants to pull over to pull a killer headshot right away, but even if you have the best arm in the world, it's no good if you're not in the right place at the right moment. May not be the glamorous gaming skill out there, but spending just a few minutes reviewing the basics of a good movement in shooting games can lead to an moment that will pay off down the line. You can boil the movement into one of two types, prepared or hasty. In prepared move, you're moving on your own terms and lie with a stronger strategy. As this is a movement, you should have a good idea of where you're going and why, and what you should expect to find along the way. Outplay your enemies with shoulder pick. Shoulder peeking is small but important technique. Use your staff keys. You will peek out behind the wall to gain information, or sometimes try to get a shot of your own. Good without exploding. A good peek lasts less than a second, so use that time to figure out where your opponent is and how you might approach them, whether a direct attack really good or trying to flank them much stronger. In shooting games, whenever you're making a good decision, whenever you're realising it or not, where the gun point is pointed, how you're moving, and why there's plenty to consider in a single game. I talk about some of these in the late sessions, but here are some critical decisions for shooters. Turning a fight, losing fight into a win. It's pretty much human nature that if someone thinks you're about to win a fight, they'll drop your guard and go in for the kill. In doing so, they often extend themselves, creating an opportunity for a counter-attack. This happens all the time in games. If you're reflecting from a fight, changes are in the opponent is coming after you because they think they've already won. Their greed creates opportunities for you. While rendering is sometimes the right call, always look for opportunities to re-engage on your own terms. You'll be surprised how often you can turn losing a fight or even an outright win. Remember, if you're going into a fair fight, you haven't been preparing enough. Give yourself an advantage. Everyone, that was the book on how to get good at gaming. If you would like to be good at gaming, read more of this book. Thank you for joining us in our reading session. Good night, everybody.
Get Good at Gaming by Ninja. And that's where we're leaving today's video. So if you enjoy, people, you know what to do. Like, subscribe, follow the Twitter at @Emily'sVideos_, and I'll see you next time, people. Bye!
Slay, queen, slay. Slay. Humour. 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 Enjoyment. Yes. What? Ridden a horse? Being rejected by someone I like. Anthony!
No, Emily, I'm a woman. Actually, I can't do it. Help me.
We were liars.
Emily, help me.
Hey, Molly. We were liars.